Hey, welcome to Mac's Garage. It's Mac's house though. I'm Mac. Today we are actually gonna be doing some house stuff. I'm gonna add an outlet in the bathroom. So does it look like we're in the bathroom? Because we're not. So this massage chair plugs in right here, but right behind this is the bathroom. So we're gonna be adding a outlet right next to the toilets because after going to Japan, me and my husband have decided you need a bidet in your life. So if you haven't tried one, go ahead and get one. That being said, we're gonna just extend a wire from here back to there in order to get the outlet there. So let's get to it. First, turn off power to the outlet. Then we're gonna cut a hole for this nail plate. So the nail plate is gonna make it so that way you can never cut into the wire. You can either draw a line around it or score, and then we're gonna cut into the drywall. So we're doing the nail plate method and going through the stud to make our lives easier rather than having to go up through the attic or I guess down through the attic, up through the basement. There's multiple ways to do it depending on what is easiest for you. And I'm gonna get this cut out and we'll be right back. Okay, so the hole's cut. So after doing all that, I ended up having to cut a bigger hole because we're gonna use this gizmo, which is I don't know what this is called. Anyway, so it cuts through the 2x4. So we're gonna cut a big enough space for the wire. I'm nervous. All right, I don't know who trusted Mac with power tools today, but yeah, I guess it was me. Now we're gonna chisel these parts out. So I did the top and the bottom, but I made little cuts between to make it easier to chisel it out. So here's the chisel. All right, so we're gonna put it in this bottom one and shove it in there, put it up. Okay. All right. A little bit more wiggling. All right, this looks like it's big enough for the wire. So now we're gonna take out the outlet. So we're gonna undo the wiring. So after looking at it, we're not gonna take those out. We're just gonna add these wires onto the screws similar to how the ground is. So I'm gonna strip the Romex, maybe. Thought about it. I'm gonna route this wire first, so that way I'm not like trying to turn the outlet around while I'm pulling it through. Wire is through. All right, so let me rebend these. That took way too much effort for me, but let's screw this guy. Well, actually, let's route this up to the other side before we actually screw that in. So we're in the bathroom, and I can already see the nail pops of where the stud is, but just for purposes. There we go. All right, so how far do we put it above the floor? Okay, so it's gonna go about right here. So we're gonna trace it and then cut it out. All right, we drew the box. We measured where the other outlet was from the base and put it there. Now we're gonna cut the hole for the box and then pull the wire through. Hole is cut. I smushed it in there, I know it fits. Now we're gonna go route the wire. Okay, so luckily, I mean, not so luckily because the outlet is gonna be farther like forwards than we wanted, but luckily the outlets are literally like 5 inches apart, so this isn't gonna be as hard as I thought. Okay, see, ta-da. Okay, we're gonna strip these wires. All right, so thread the wire through, box in, all right, and then okay, now strippy these wires. Same as the other box, so we'll be right back with a outlet. All right, so this is a GFCI outlet, which is essentially a little breaker in itself, just because it's in the bathroom and it may get wet. Hopefully it doesn't get wet next to the toilet, but you know. Okay, the way these are, I'm just gonna put it straight in and then tighten, so I don't have to loop it like I did the other side. Outlet is installed. Okay, so we're gonna do the nail plate and then we're gonna test the outlets to make sure that they both work. All right, nail plate is also installed. You just hammered it in there. So now it's time to turn the fuse back on. Fuse. Breaker back on. And we're gonna make sure that the outlets work before we put the covers over. All right, so I tested them. They both worked. Look at me doing things. Now, normally you're gonna put the drywall patch over that hole first. Uh-oh, that is definitely a, I don't have, why can't I think of the name of that? What is it called? Is that a Phillips head? Flathead, oh my God. Okay, anyway, so I don't have a flathead with me right now, so we're just gonna screw it on with my nail. And anyways, you would put, you would put on your patch before you did that, because obviously it's below, and we don't have any mud right now. We have patches, forgot to buy mud, yay! So the outlet's installed though. And let's go do the other one. Is this also, yep, of course, they were both flatheads. That was silly. See the green light? It means I did a good job. I was nervous because I had to reset the outlet because it was telling me that, that it wasn't charging my phone. And I was like, oh no, I didn't do it right, but I did. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to go get one for that. I will do that later this afternoon. But at least it's in for now. Look, we even bought the wide plate just in case I didn't make a good hole. But I did make a good hole, so haha. All right. Outlets are installed. I'm a great electrician, if you didn't know. Make sure you let me know if there's any home renovations you want to see in the comments. I hope you like it and go subscribe. See you later.